Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming back. I told you in a previous video that I was going to show you the vehicle that I was going to be using in my travels. Again, it's a 2013 Mazda5 minivan, or more accurately they call it an MPV, a multi-purpose vehicle. And if you don't know what a Mazda5 looks like, well, here it is. So that's it. It's smaller than a regular minivan. And it's kind of deceptive because it looks like there's not much room on the inside. First, before I open it up and show you the inside, take note that the windows are darkly tinted. They weren't like that when I got them. One of the first things I did was bring them to a local tint shop and have them tinted as dark as allowed in this state. That's for a couple of purposes. One, obviously to keep heat down. But more importantly is for when I'm out camping, especially if I have to do some stealth camping. I don't want any prying eyes on the inside, so that's one of the precautions I'm taking as far as that goes. So I'll open it up and show you what I've done. Alright, so coming in, looking at the back of the vehicle. First off, let me introduce you to Timmy the Wonder Dog. Timmy, say hi. He's too busy. So I don't know how well you can see with the light here. I've taken the middle row of seats out as well as the back row. It was remarkably easy to do, just loosening up some bolts, and fortunately there were no electrical connections that I had to worry about. And then what I decided to do was make a level platform for sleeping and storage, and have those platforms double again as a storage area. So move, boy. So I started by making some frames, and then I went ahead and put some thin wood paneling around to enclose the area. I'll explain the rest of this stuff here in a second. Move, boy, move. Alright, that gives you a better idea of what the box looks like. Now, if you notice here on the far end, I've got some metal straps that are hooked into the bolts that secured the chairs before. I did this because I want this compartment to be secured storage. I have photographic equipment that I'm going to be bringing along, and I want that extra measure of security. And I've got some padlocks here on the sides that I've built in. I mean, I know it's not foolproof, and if somebody wants your stuff, they're gonna take it. But you know, it's an added measure of security that I hope will keep my stuff safe. Now, there's quite a lot of room in here. You can see that I've got a toolbox in here for right now, and you can see the wiring that I've already installed in this area. And that's because I've purchased a 125 amp hour deep cycle AGM battery that's going to go in the far corner over there, and it happens to fit very nicely in that little crevice that you see right there. I wired it up to a fuse, and then this is a 600 watt continuous 1000 watt surge pure sine wave inverter, which I'll actually use on the outside. I'll probably mount on the top of the platform here. That's primarily going to be for backup. You know, I plan to stay on campgrounds with electricity as much as I can, but revealing a little about myself, I do have sleep apnea, and I need to use a CPAP machine, so this will be a battery backup. And I also have a smart charger that I'll use to charge the deep cycle battery that I have. But even once I put that battery over here, there's a lot of room in this area to store things. So that's that compartment right there. Put that down. Now this over here is an entirely separate compartment. Go over there, boy. Okay. So what I've got here is actually, it's quite a bit thinner, but still a good amount of storage left in there. And you can see I've got some junk here already. Now this is not enclosed, it's not secure really. I mean, I did put some wood there on the side and in the front, but that's more for stabilization than anything. So anyway, the reason I didn't secure this part is because right below this area where you see this this tray is where the spare tire is, and I need to have access to this. So this whole back section can pretty easily be lifted up or pulled out if needed. And I covered it up with some indoor-outdoor carpet, dark in color, partially for aesthetics, partially for comfort, partially for sound absorption. Now, I'll go ahead and close it up and give you an idea of what it looks like. So this is the inside with it all closed up. I don't know how well you can appreciate it, but there is actually quite a bit of room in here. I'm 5'8", and I can stretch out straight without having to go diagonal back here in order to lay down and sleep at night. There's plenty of room, as I showed you, to store things underneath the platforms, but also above the platforms we get quite a bit of room. And I will be taking along with me, of course, a sleeping bag, a memory foam pad to sleep on, and I have purchased a tent. I'll show you all these supplies later in a different video. For additional storage, perhaps for clothes, toiletries, that sort of thing, I contemplated putting in some built-in shelves right here, but that would make it more cumbersome to get the rack out, the back rack out. So what I've decided to do in that matter is simply like go to Walmart or Target or something and get some of the ready-made plastic shelving that's rather wide, and utilize that. So I've priced them before. It's about $17, $18, certainly worth it. I've put a couple of those little pop lights in the back, which are run by AA batteries, and they have LEDs. They should last forever. Not a whole lot of light, but it'll be enough to read by and whatever I need to do in here at night. And if you see up here in the corners, I have put these little plastic hooks that are removable. And what I'm going to do with that is I've purchased some cloth that is black. It's like a felt cloth, and I've already cut it to shape to all the windows. And at night, when I'm sleeping in here, especially if I'm trying to go on stealth mode, I will put that up there, and hopefully with the combination of the dark tint and the black felt, certainly no one will be able to see in, that's for sure. But any light that I have in here hopefully will not filter out. And I will also have a panel in the front of the vehicle here. Another thing that makes this vehicle attractive, of course, is the gas mileage. I recently went on a trip with my daughter to Orlando, and on the highway, the best we got as far as average gas mileage was 30 miles to the gallon, which is not bad for a vehicle like this. That was the best. Average, it was about 28 miles to the gallon. So that went into my decision to purchase a vehicle like this, was certainly the fuel economy that I was going to get. It would be really nice to have a big, maybe a Class B or Class C motorhome recreational vehicle to take around the country. But I'll be spending a lot more in gas. And fortunately, like I said before in a previous video, I have access to these great campgrounds for relatively cheap through the military, where I'll be able to shower and shave and do all the things that you normally have to do. And of course, one of the things that I want to do while I'm out on the road is try to keep up with my health and my physical fitness I do go to the gym regularly, and the military bases, most of them have world-class gyms, and of course it's free since I'm a retiree. So, service has its benefits. So that's basically it for right now. That's a little tour of the vehicle. Later on, like I said, I will present some of the material that I'll be bringing with me, some of the supplies that I'll be bringing with me, not only to just give you a peek at what I'm going to be doing, but also to solicit any suggestions that you may have, all of you experienced campers and road warriors out there. So, obviously, Timmy is done with this, so we'll close this video out. Thanks again for watching, and talk to you next time.